Yo, what's good with it, YT? It's your boy, and we back with another one. And yo, this one is going to be quick, but it's exciting, or at least I'm excited about it. And it's a special video because this was inspired by Haterade. So Haterade, this video is for you, bro. I know how much you love gear, so shout out to you on this one. And speaking of gear, I feel like I gotta get an honorary mention to Wits End. If y'all seen that boy in his videos, that man be having a shit ton of gear, and I always make fun of the gear where it's like the shiny gear, right? Like you like if you go against him, you gonna notice because he even got some shiny ass shoes on or some shiny ass pants on, but you gonna notice him on the court, right? Besides the Laurie Mackinton video, I just saw that one. That one was like the most normal outfit I've seen, but yeah, man, special shout out to Haterade. Happy birthday, bro. And I was trying to see if Niantica had a way to, in other games, we're able to gift things and giveaways and things like that, but I don't think Niantica has a way for us to do gifts right now. But definitely, man, happy birthday to you. And let's get into how I like to organize my team, and hopefully that'll help you guys come up with some solutions on what to make it easier for you guys to organize your ballers, or just being able to find the ballers that you're looking for, or because there's so many ballers. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure there's like it's probably pushing like 80 recruits, right, or something like that, but don't quote me. I just know it's a high amount, right? So when you're in these tournaments and you're trying to, you know with the limitations that the tournaments have, the different variety of tournaments that you're hit with, and all the players, like I said, sometimes it can be a little daunting or confusing trying to figure out who will be best for this tournament, especially if you guys don't really keep up with all the stats, right? Or if you're just having trouble figuring out like who you should use or who you want to use. So how I organize my team, because there is no official way to organize the team, but if we go in here to gear is how I do it. So what we know is that your shirts, your pants, and your sneakers all give you boost. As you can see, my bonus for my shirt is plus 12, plus 5, plus 36 for the sneakers. But on the left side, headwear doesn't give any bonuses. Eyewear doesn't give any bonuses. The balls and the socks does not give any bonuses. So when you go through my roster, Lori has on a pair of shades. Like, okay, before I get into that part, let me go back just to make sure you guys get it. So on the right side, you're probably going to have your best of the best gear on, right? Unless you like don't care about the stats, but for the most part, whatever your best gear is, you're probably going to have that on majority of your boulders, right? Just to give yourself that extra edge. So ignoring that side, which is probably going to be the same, I like to mix up the left side, the headwear, the eyewear, the balls, and the socks, because no matter what I put on a baller, none of that is going to aid the stats. It just affects the appearance. So with that in mind, Laurie has a pair of shades on. Why he's wearing shades, that's a cue for me, and I know what that means. Jordan Poole has a pair of shades. Again, I know what the shades mean to me when I'm organizing. Drummond has on a headband, a blue one. I know what that means, particular for me. Ivan Zubac has on the face mask as well as the blue. I start to get even deeper on how I like to organize and figure out what's best to help me remember certain things about certain ballers. So let's say you have a phenomenal shooter like Jordan, right? Then maybe you can put something on when you're in a tournament and or even if it's a defender, right? Because we're looking at Drummond as well and trying to figure, okay, who will be the best defender without you trying to remember who has the best stats. Well, maybe this little band can remind you that Drummond is a good baller, or maybe the shades, or whatever it is, the mask can remind you, okay, they're in this category of great shooters, of great defenders, or even something like this person is great at 3-pointers, or perimeter shooting, so that when you're out there recruiting some of the more difficult ballers, maybe you sub them in, or maybe you even have a rule of the court team. Because if you want to maximize the rule of the court, you got to keep your ballers on the court for 2 days, and a little bit over 2 days, a little bit over maybe like 49 hours to be safe, and get to like top four or above. But at the same time, when that particular baller is on rule of the court, you can't use that baller in a tournament. So depending on what tournaments is coming up, you may have to recall that baller back from the court. But if you're like me, or if you're someone, like Witten and the other ballers who be pushing like 40, 50 goddamn courts, maybe you don't necessarily have the luxury to just be able to recall your ballers and then go back to that particular court and put them back on the court just so you can maximize the 2 days and the, you know what I'm saying, for like the maximum rewards. Maybe it's not so simple for you just to recall the baller whenever you feel like it. So maybe you have the rule of the court team or gear to let you know that this player, just put him on the damn court, because you're not going to use him for a tournament, right? So you can do something like that with the gear. And then you'll notice that Jalen Green has on a hat. So just like I said, not saying that this is my setup, but maybe this hat means, okay, I can throw him on rule of the court because I'm not going to use him in a tournament. Or at least I would prefer not to use him for a tournament, because maybe I don't like his stats. Maybe I don't think he's good enough for tournaments, because when you're in a tournament, you're trying to put your best ballers on there. And if your best ballers in rule of the court, then either you're going to pull them off the court, and again, that's going to take away from your time on the court as well as your ranking on the court, and that may not be something you want to do. So I got a hat on here which symbolize something for those particular ballers. Again, Draymond Green, Ivan Zubac, you see they both rocking the same thing. So both of them are in the same category, whatever that category means for me. Jason Tatum, good old Jason. Every time I see Jason Tatum, I think about Wit, because he was always like, yo, get up, Jason. And it's funny because literally after that shit, I had like 3-4 tournaments where Jason Tatum was in that motherfucker. And I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna take the L, because I'm not spending my resources on Jason Tatum. Now, if I grinded the game more and I had plenty of resources, okay. But I'm not a grinder, bro. I'm a casual baller, so I got to make smart decisions with my resources. Jason is not getting shit. So whatever tournament he's in, I'm just losing. I accept it. So y'all, you just know, if y'all playing them tournaments and Jason is there, you're probably not gonna see me on the leaderboards. All right, same thing. Johnny Isaac, blue, got the face mask. Black, Ja got blue as well, but Ja also has shades, so there's a category for that I know Chris Paul doesn't have shit besides the gear. And the reason why Chris has the gear is because he was probably in one of, like, even Jason, right? Even though I don't use Jason, it was just the fact that, he was a requirement in one of those tournaments. I was like, okay, the least I can do is put my best gear on him, right? So that's why the stats gear doesn't necessarily matter. Because again, you're going to just put that, or hopefully you're just going to put it on your ballers that you're using for tournaments. Again, all it takes is one shot, one block, one steal, one something, bro. 1 point is all it takes to either be the difference between first place or second place. So you're definitely, pushing for every little advantage you can get. Kelly. Kelly has shades. That means something. Anthony Davis doesn't have shit. Nikola doesn't have shit. If they had their regular gear on, I'm really not interested in them, or at least at the time. Again, I got to be very smart with my resources and my time that I do casually play the game, as I am trying to push to level 18. And they probably have not been needed in a tournament, or I just skip them because I have better options, right? So if they have regular gear, they're just not something I'm looking for. If anything, I just throw them on a court or something, rule the court. Luka, he was in one of the tournaments. That's why he has on gear, but nothing you see like shades, headwear, no face wear, nothing like that. No Jimmy Butler. Damian has a headband as well of a different color, so that means something totally different. Joel is actually nice. I just recruited him, so he doesn't have gear, but I am going to put him in a particular category. Buddy, shades, that means something. Kyrie is great as well. I haven't gotten around to figure out what I'm going to do with him. Again, I'm pushing strategically to get these next levels, and then I'm getting those tournament rings. But yeah, just to know that Kyrie definitely has a particular category I'm putting them in. TJ McConnell, different color headband, shades, means something. Bam. Face mask. Y'all get where I'm going with it, right? So just being able to organize it. Even Russell Westbrook, he's in the category. Jeremy, category, and you just keep on going. Got the hats there. It all means something. So now, when I actually go on these tournaments and get to my particular tournament, Arena Pass Friday, y'all, and I enter the tournament without even looking at the requirements. I'm just gonna go straight to the roster, and how I have everything set up with the gear that they're wearing, I already know who I'm gonna get, right? So automatically, whatever tournament this is, y'all already know Draymond going in. But you see Draymond has gear that means something to me. Russell has some gear that means something to me. Sabonis, it's like there's an accent to how you pronounce his name, but he doesn't have anything at all. So I'm just going to absolutely bypass him. So now it's like, okay, do I want to use him? No, I know I don't want to use him because he doesn't have any gear. Paul George has gear. Andrew Wiggins doesn't have shit. Klay Thompson doesn't have shit. I know some of y'all like Klay, but Klay is not he ain't making a cut, man. Fox, he doesn't have shit. So for this particular tournament, I already know that I didn't see if the requirements was a 3-man team or 4-man team or how many rounds or whatever, but I automatically know that I have 3 people that I can trust to get the job done in a tournament, or at least that I know it's going to be better than the rest of my selection, right? So that way, let's say it's 4. I need 4. I already know that Draymond, Russell, and Paul is 3. I just got to figure out who will be the fucking 4th out of all these people. But anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I just wanted to make it a quick video until we get a way to officially categorize or organize our ballers rather than a filter. That's the word. Filter our ballers out to our specific needs. I think that you guys can just use the gear to filter out your ballers. And with that, your boy is